creator of the Windy City Breeze. I'm Haize, host and creator of Chicago Bulls Central that just hit 9,900 subs, bro. This
Ooh,
close to 10K.
ooh.
This close to 10K, but we're not here to talk about that. The Bulls get a big win over the Philadelphia 76ers. Zach LaVine, Patrick Williams kind of sealing that win in the third quarter with their play. Now, the 76ers did march back a little bit there briefly, but the Bulls were able to still hold on to the lead, end up getting a double-digit victory. How do you feel about this game, Pat?
I mean, listen. At the end of the day, we can address the elephant in the room. Joel Embiid not there
Yeah. Yeah.
makes a bit of a difference, right? Listen, the Vooch able to cook down low. Vooch was an excellent player for the Bulls tonight in this game.
Triple
Thought
double
he
for
really did
Vooch.
some really good things, even with Zach LaVine being able to drop 41. But at the end of the day, these are the kind of games we've seen the Bulls lose this season. And every time Niang hits a three, I swear, I'm just like, oh, I don't. Here's the thing. I hate you, but like not as a person, not like your spirit, not your will, not your fight. I just hate you because you play on a team like Philadelphia and you're not that good until you play us. Like,
As far as he's a solid defender. His defensive rating is pretty good. But yeah, he sees the Bulls and he's like, you know what? I'm not missing today.
I'm a spark. I see the Bulls, and you know what? Trey ball all night. Take this with you.
That's
Whole day.
crazy.
And I'm talking about through contact, through closeout defend, right? Like, but so shout out to you for being able to do that. But at the end of the day, your Bulls team is now 7-3 over their last 10. They really look good. We talked about their defensive rating to this point. I don't know what it is after tonight, right? I haven't double checked it yet, but their defensive rating was 114, and that's with a game where they gave up 145 points and a 71-point effort to Donovan Mitchell. So you know that the Bulls it's telling you that over this last 10, it hasn't just been the Bulls offense that's carrying them. Their defense has really stepped up. I think we saw more of that tonight. We saw, of course, the offensive production from them as well. But the defense, to me, I thought really did a good job tonight versus this Philadelphia 76ers team. I tell you what, P. Will, I said this on the stream a million times. P. Will, I love his third quarter, love all that. That's not the important part of tonight's game. The important part for P. Will tonight, P. Will had James Harden in hell.
Bro, the first half, 1 for 14.
Fam, P. Will had James Harden in his own personal hell. When James Harden wakes up, remember them like NyQuil commercials where they were like wake up in the middle of the night in a cold sweat.
He's thinking about P. Will.
P. Will. It's gonna be P. Will.
Hey,
Patrick.
P. Will keeps playing, and this is what I'll say. Right now, James Harden has slowed down a lot in the latter half of his career. We know P. Will isn't the best lateral quickness, but P. Will keeps guarding people like this and putting the clamps on them and able to score. We're gonna start saying, remember the Revis Island? We're going to start saying people on a P. Will Island, bro, because he puts people, like, he takes them out of their game, man.
Hey, look, he took Jimbo Slice all the way out of his game, bro. So I'm not mad at nothing that we saw from P. Will tonight. And you know what? Listen, credit to DeMar DeRozan. I don't know if he did it, but somebody cussed out P. Will at the halftime. Because, hey, listen, you got to talk about this.
He was only 0 for 2, but he finished the game 7 for 11.
P. Will was 0 for 2. He finished the game 7 for 11, but he finished the third quarter, which he cooked the most, 7 for 9. He was 0 for 2 going in that quarter. 7 for 9. What did you see from P. Will tonight? I mean,
everything. Like, all jokes aside, because he did something different every quarter, right? First quarter, great defense on James Harden. Second quarter, still great defense on James Harden, but he rebounded the ball way better. Yeah. Third quarter, scoring. Fourth quarter, he didn't really have to do much in the fourth quarter, but like he did a little bit of everything, and that's how P. Will is going to make a name for himself. It's not always going to be the scoring. It's not always going to be the defense, even though the defense is the thing that I think you can bet on him doing every single night. But P. Will the aggressiveness in which he moved out there was evident. The Bulls needed it, and it was felt.
Let me ask you this. In this game tonight, ton of praise for this Bulls team as a whole. Love what we saw from this team. Love how they fought in this game. Love how the game turns out, right? 126-112. That happens in a game that DeMar DeRozan goes 4 for 13.
Yeah.
He has a positive plus minus of 9 if plus minus is your thing. I think that plus minus kind of plays in a little more tonight because he was on the floor helping with a lot of situations.
Mm-hmm. I think plus minus is a good stat to when people aren't shooting well. because it tells you kind of the impact they still have. But
I'll agree with that.
Yeah.
I'll agree with that. You now see in 2 games that one game where I believe they actually froze out DeMar DeRozan, but the second game where I think that DeMar DeRozan deferred. He only took 13 shots.
Yeah.
Deferred. Is this the recipe for the Chicago Bulls to be successful, where you're using DeMar DeRozan only as an assassin when you have to have that guy go one-on-one versus him being a focal point of the offense? Again, I understand no Joel Embiid tonight. I understand that plays a big part into tonight. But at the end of the day, you've seen now 2 games in a row where Patrick Williams has Patrick Williams had 2 games in a row of this in his career?
I don't think so.
2 games in a row where he looked like this level of player in his career?
I don't think so.
Is this the recipe? Is this the answer?
I mean, we got to see a bigger sample size of it before I'm willing to say that 2 games is not enough. And I do think that there's absolutely going to be games in which you need DeMar to start cooking. Like it's gonna pop up and be needed there. But I will say that if we're talking about anything being the recipe, I think it's getting everybody involved. That's what this team did. The ball movement was amazing today.
I agree. I think that, but again, right? Why? There's a big black hole that only took 13 shots.
Well, yeah, but on top of
that,
but
also
as well,
he moved the ball. He moved the
Zach,
ball.
Zach, him, and that's the thing. Him and Zach both moving the ball, because Zach was a facilitator pretty much in that first half, and then towards the end of the second quarter he scored a lot too. But he focused on being a facilitator first, and I think that's the key, right? They let the other players get involved first. It was Vooch and everybody else first, and then Zach came along. DeMar became a passer and a facilitator. That's the key for this team, I think.
San Antonio DeMar is the key for this team.
Yeah. That's still a DeMar, though, that still takes a lot of shots.
How do we get that? Because San Antonio DeMar was like 22 points a game, 6 rebounds, or 5 assists. How do we get that out of him consistently? Is it literally just Billy Donovan saying, hey, listen, because I think what you're seeing in 2 games is not something. Here's the thing. I understand Joel Embiid makes a difference. I understand that in our last game, right? Like it's somewhat of an anomaly versus Brooklyn. Not to say that they don't make a difference. The Bulls played really well versus that Brooklyn team.
Mm-hmm.
But in those 2 games, I've seen an offense that I believe works versus anybody. It's not like we're seeing an offense that is like you had a hot night offensively. I think that offense works well versus any team in this NBA, along with the defense you're playing. Agreed. How do we get that consistently? Is it Billy Donovan telling DeMar DeRozan, I need you to stop shooting?
So you know the process they used in the film Get Out? You do that with Billy Donovan and Greg Popovich, and then you can get that performance out of DeMar DeRozan.
In your own words, Get Out.
No, but I do think you're onto something. And I think when you look at DeMar,
so is it AK that's just running full speed?
Bro, you can't tell me.
No, it's Mark Eversley.
It's Mark Eversley. Yeah, he looks like the dude. Oh man, that is hilarious, bro. That is funny. Oh man, that's funny.
You just see Mark Eversley turn the corner past DeMar DeRozan.
Wow. Oh man, that's funny.
Hey, that was good. 1,000 points for you, Ames. That was good.
No, but to bring your point all together, though, in Philly, DeMar DeRozan averaged 15 shots per game. Last year in Chicago, 20 shots per game. So far this season in Chicago, 18 points per game. Over the last 5 games, guess how many shots per game DeMar DeRozan has averaged?
Oh, probably 12.
16, because of the one game he had a bunch of points. So I do think there is something to be said of DeMar not shooting as much.
It's crazy to say, right, because of the last season we saw, but I don't I don't disagree. Hey man, we got 5 minutes. We said we're gonna do a quick 15. Chat. Throw your thoughts in here, man, so we can react to them as well, man. Appreciate y'all for tuning in and showing love to us as well. I feel like we don't interact with the chat enough on these moments where we can. I will say this: we are in chat. We do apologize. All the listeners, we do apologize. We are terrible at going to the
chat.
The mailbag.
We talked about before. Well, there hasn't been anything in the mailbag.
Oh, well, that's on y'all then. Hey, come on now.
We also don't plug the mailbag anymore, though.
Hey,
so, I mean, this is double-edged.
Leave a call in the mailbag.
Yeah, leave a call in the mailbag. But I do also think, to what me and you were talking about before we started streaming, maybe after games, the third segment should just be us going to the comments.
I love it. Let's do it. Let's talk to the chat.
Yeah.
Let's talk to the chat, man. Let's see. Vern commenting there. Shout out to V-Dog in the building, man. He said the problem though is personality to me. We want is as well as Billy Donovan and Acme, but that's not his natural makeup.
Oh, Billy Donovan's personality?
Billy Donovan going at the players and different things like that. I'm not gonna say it's not. Here's the thing. Billy Donovan's one of those coaches where the Billy Donovan you see is not the Billy Donovan. Where,
because if you watch the All Access, he's a very different coach when he's with the players.
When he's in the practices and stuff like that, he's getting into these guys. He's telling them, this is why y'all lost. This is why we struggle versus this.
I think I saw Billy Donovan on one of them say shit, and I was like, wait, Billy Donovan curses?
Oh, no. Hey, listen, I knew that. The gum is a front. Billy's playing y'all, by the way. The gum is a front. Billy be cussing refs out. You be like, Billy chewing the mess out of that gum. Now, he cussing the whole time, bro. It's just straight cussing.
So we see Billy Donovan not chewing gum anymore. We know he's officially been in the sunken place, and he was replaced with Coach Popovich.
In theory, yeah. Hey, first off, hold up. Oh, did I hit the wrong one?
You probably did.
That's my bad. Haize wins the drip tonight, Pat. Wear your glasses. You might need them to balance out your face. Just kidding. It's all love.
Wow. What?
Jamal, listen. You know it's all love, man. Y'all know we welcome roasting here. And I'll say this. I'm sure that you have a fur coat in your closet made out of European rat ass.
That's that squirrel mink.
That's that squirrel. That's that squirrel, baby. That squirrel tail. He got that fur coat like he's got that fur coat like old boy in Four Brothers. What was Buddy name? Made out of pure squirrel,
yeah.
Bro. That fuck is pure
That's
squirrel.
Crazy.
When Bobby ended up beating him up.
That's funny, bro. I ain't never seen somebody be so cocky to take off their coat and get they. Never mind. This
Exactly. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's funny,
what else we got in here? What else we got? Shout out. I appreciate y'all for commenting in, man, because we enjoy talking to y'all. This is the part that y'all don't get to see on Locked On as much, because me and Haize literally do this with our chats on the Windy City Breeze and on Chicago Bulls Central all day. With the Bulls not having to rely so much on DeMar, it's so nice to see young stars really start to carve out a spot and start to grow. People like P. Will and Io.
Yeah.
I'll ask you this off of that comment. Great comment there. Is there still a place? We're seeing the development when DeMar takes less shots. Is there still a place for DeMar on this team if we go the development route of P. Will and Io?
Absolutely. If it's not, then it's his fault. Because he's a vet, and the way that he gets is like DeMar can get hot at any point in time. If we do go away and start prioritizing Io and Patrick Williams in ways that we haven't, DeMar should still be able to get. It's probably not going to be the 28 points per game, but he should still be able to get his. And here's another thing: we talked a lot about the players. I love Billy Donovan staggering how he staggers DeMar and Zach. Now, when Zach sat down for a minute in the fourth quarter is when Philly started marching back. I'm not blaming that on DeMar by any stretch of the imagination.
No. I am. Tobias Harris started cooking. Who was guarding him?
I mean, but it was also bad just energy defense. Like I feel like they started in coast mode too early, and then they realized, oh no, we gotta put the gas back on.
Hey man, it's hard to play defense 4-on-5 when James Harden is out there looking like he got an MMA fight tomorrow in 2006. And he's still knocking down the tray ball. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's tough to play defense 4-on-5 in them situations.
Man, hey, listen, one thing that I'll say about this, and this is I don't mean to be sound mean on this, but watching this game just reminded me how much James Harden has slowed down the last 3-4 years.
Kid said the same thing. He was like, he don't move the same no more. His hair don't move the same either. I will say that, boy.
His beard ain't as full either. It's like he's just getting deflated in general. Like it's just what happened?
No, I think the beard's the same. The face is deflating. I think that's what we're seeing from James Harden.
Live footage of James Harden right now consoling himself after the game. This is live footage.
Oh
of James
no!
Harden.
Oh God!
Listen, bro. There was a time where James Harden did get Zach LaVine off the dribble, and Zach LaVine caught up because it took James Harden 18 seconds to get from the 3-point line to the key. I was like, what happened here, bro?
Facts. Hey, Mike Millie with the comment of the night, though. That's why.
We can't put that one up there.
Hey, can't put that one up there.
We acknowledge that that's a damn good one.
You got a great comment there, brother. That is exactly what we think is going on down there, bro.
Oh man, Matthew with a great comment here. If the Bulls eventually move on from DeRozan and Pat improves his offense, what do you think about Dort as a replacement? Dort and Pat at the 3 and the 4, both amazing defense. Also, BD coach Dort. I mean, that's easy theoretically to point that out. I don't think the Thunder are letting go of Dort, though. What do you think, brother?
I think they paid him that contract so that they could one day.
Mm.
But I don't think they're there yet. I think they need to understand what their team is before they're able to move on from Lou Dort. Because, I mean, you have to think about it, right? Like, Paolo Banchero's turned into one of the best players in the NBA, and Chet hasn't. Chet hasn't played. Chet hasn't done anything. You know what I mean? So, like, you have to understand what player you have before you are moving on from pieces that you've signed that you like. Lou Dort's a really nice player. I'm not saying I wouldn't take him here in Chicago. Absolutely would. But he's a 23-year-old defensive clamp that's 3-and-D legitimately, something the Bulls can use. And I think the biggest question around it is what would you have to give up for him? Because what's he signed? He signed a 4-year?
I can look that up real quick.
I think he signed a 4-year. And that makes a big difference, right? Like
5-year contract.
5-year contract.
That man is under contract until 2027.
So it's not like you can just go get him. You have to trade for him. What are you trading for him? And I'm gonna be real with you. Something to speak about that maybe we haven't spoken about to this moment. A lot of the pieces that we said, we'd give that up for sure to start this season. You giving up Kobe White for Lou Dort right now?
No,
I'm not either.
Yeah, and especially now at Lou Dort making $17 million a year.
I'm not either. And I think that's the thing, right? It's like while I was so ready at the beginning of this season to say, oh yeah, I think you move Kobe White for this guy. He's got potential. I think you move Kobe White for this guy. But there was always that caveat of, hey, what does he do with an offseason? What does he do when he's able to work on his game? What does he do when he's able to try and build his game up? And now we're seeing it. I'm not saying that Dort has a bad contract. I'm not even saying it's a bad swap.
Mm-hmm.
But are we giving up Kobe for Lou Dort? Same age. I mean, same age. He's locked up. Kobe's not. Maybe. But Kobe White's playing a heck of a game right now.
And as I said this over on Central. While Kobe's shooting percentages are still low across the board, I feel like when the Bulls need either a momentum-changing shot, the other team's getting on a run and Kobe gets a shot, he's shooting like 80% in those moments, bro. Every time you need a big bucket, Kobe's there.
I don't disagree.
Yeah.
And you know what? It's not even just the big buckets at this point. It's to the point where Kobe White's knocking down the shots we expect him to knock down, and some we don't. Kobe White, when he got that kick out, who was it? I think Zach. Did P. Will kick it out to him?
I don't remember.
I think like P. Will or Zach kicked it out to him, right? And Kobe was probably 10 feet behind the line. And it was such a clean shot, clean release, clean knockdown. It's the player we have never. I'm going to be real with you. Even in his best month here, we haven't seen him play like this.
Agreed.
And we always talk about Kobe having that best month, how he had a March or whatever it is. We haven't seen him play like this. And he's continued to be a focal point of the Chicago Bulls team consistently this season. And I don't foresee us moving on from a player like that at this point. I just don't.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I don't either. And I know that may be to not what a lot of Bulls fans want to hear or thought they were going to hear coming into the season. But I tell you what, Kobe's playing himself to the point to where I feel like you got to keep him.
So, final thing before we get out of here.
Okay.
7-3 over the last 10.
Mm-hmm.
Bulls playing well. Do we have to take back us saying continuity has not worked?
I need to see it still over a longer period of time before I'm willing to say that. I just am. Like, there are teams that go on streaks all the time. So I would say this. They're 7-3 in their last 10 right now. How many more games we got until that January 15th date I was talking about? 5 games left, I think.
8?
8? No, we don't have 8 games. The stretch was only 9 games. I think we're 2 games into that.
What's the date? We're at the 6th. So 7. No, I'm not that far off. My bad, Jesus.
Hey, listen, I be tripping sometimes. No, we only got 5 games left till January 15th.
Okay, I was a little far off.
Yeah. Listen, we were both tripping a little bit. Let's come in the middle. Let's meet and agree. Over the next 5 games, if the Bulls can even just win 2 of those,
yeah,
I think I'll be ready to say the continuity has then worked at that point.
If the Bulls can win 2 over the next 5, I don't know if I'm gonna say that. We lose 3 out of the next 5. I don't know.
Bro, I mean, look at the teams we're playing though. We got Utah, Boston, Washington, OKC, and go. Oh no. Okay, no. All right, let's flip that. They got to win 3 out of the next 5.
Hey, look at the teams we're playing. Oh no.
No. You're right. I was tripping. Set tripping. Yeah. 3 out of the next 5. That's what we need to see.
Hey, y'all let us know how you guys feel in the chat, man. We appreciate y'all for showing so much love to the channel as always, man. If you haven't done so, 120 people in here. First off, it better be 120 likes on this video. Hit the like button, subscribe to the page. If you're listening on the podcast side, leave a 5-star review because y'all already know. It's not, I'm gonna be real with you, Haize. Credit to your show, credit to my show. This is the best Chicago Bulls podcast on the internet. It's not even a competition.
I mean,
it's not even close.
They know who it is. They know
it's not even debatable.
Yeah, they know what it is. By the way, it's 120 y'all in here. I'm 96 away from getting to 10,000 over on my channel. Go over there as well. Hit the subscribe button. I'm sorry, I gotta plug it, bro. I gotta get.
Might as well plug it, bro. Almost at 10K. That's a big moment. 10K is a huge moment.
Yeah.
Y'all support my brother, man. Stop playing with him. Hey, man, appreciate y'all for tuning in and rocking with us, man. Follow us on everything at Locked On Bulls. You can follow me on everything at Pat the Designer. Y'all already know I'm going to be out here tuned in. By the way, Jamal, I think he said, I don't even know. He threw another jab back. I feel like it was a good one, too. What did he say? I got Pat, my coat is fly, though. Your shirt looks like it's made of dry Cardinals.
Wow.
Dirty Cardinals.
Hey, no, you know what it is? They're doing a black version of Supernatural. He's trying to be the Black Winchester. That's all that is. Yeah, I know you probably don't watch Supernatural.
And Haize watched Supernatural. That's the story of the night. So follow Haize on everything at CEO Haize.
Yeah, Supernatural is one of the best. First 5 seasons, one of the greatest stories ever told on television. You can follow me at CEO Haize, the CEO Haize. Thank you for tuning in to Locked On Bulls. For Pat, I'm Haize. This is Locked On Bulls. We out this mug. Peace, y'all. The first 5 seasons are amazing.